Oh, I hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what's going on
I don't know what you got going on down there.
there. So I read your story about your Canon. That's pretty cool.
That is, yeah. I didn't know that until after I'd graduated.
Really?
And
That's really cool.
I think it had something to do with the movie. I got to looking at something, and I saw that story.
Yeah.
They pulled over beside the road when they found out that John F. Kennedy had died, and they named it Skipper.
Mhm.
That was really cool, too. So.
Yeah, and the fact that they had the barrel donated completely.
Oh, yeah. And then the first time they shot it, they pointed it at the press box and blew all the glass out of the press box windows. That's not Matt Boyd. I don't know what is.
I didn't actually see it. How big is the barrel?
It's a pretty good size. It's like a regular cannon, like a Civil War cannon.
It's probably
nice.
like, what, 8 or 10 feet barrel?
Yeah. And it's polished, and I mean, it's just, every part of it is perfect.
Dang, dude. That's really cool.
It is. It's like a special honor to get to do the cannon. And
yeah,
stuff at Tech if you're in the Corps Cadets.
Mhm. I bet.
How hot is it in Columbia?
Oh, it's only about 85 today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you going to see ZZ Top?
Are they in Columbia?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
didn't know
walking
that.
into the football game at the fairgrounds, and the electronic billboard said ZZ
Oh,
Top.
yeah, the fair in town now.
Yeah,
You're right. I might go. I don't know what night it is. There's one night that students get in free.
Yeah.
But so if it's that night, I'm definitely gonna go. But
it is October the 18th.
No, I think we get in on the 16th. It's just too.
It looks like it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
a lot
dude.
of fun.
I've never been to a ZZ Top concert.
You'll have to take Tom over there.
Yeah, dude. But I tell you what, that intro was the coolest thing that I've ever seen.
It is, yeah. That whole day, from the ESPN thing to the walk where the players come in, and even before the game, it was really cool.
So did you watch Game Day on TV, or did you go to it?
Yeah, I watched it because Walker was gone somewhere doing something, so we didn't leave home after 12 o'clock.
Okay. So I don't know if you saw the guy holding a sign that said "Broke Engineer Needs Beer."
Yes, I did. I saw that several times.
So underneath that, he had his it's a Venmo handle. Which I don't know if you know what Venmo is, but it's essentially like two people. So I could theoretically pay you using my phone.
Yeah.
Without having to use my debit card or anything. Like, I have the app linked to my bank account, and then I can just send money to different people.
Really?
And so that kid had put his Venmo handle on that sign, and me and Matthew looked. That guy had over 200 transactions that day from people sending money. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty smart, man.
So he made a lot of money that day.
See? Can they take money out, or can they just put money in?
No, so what happens is if I was to send money to you, you can then take that money and transfer it to your bank.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Smart. You got to try that, dude.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, next game day, that's for sure what I'm going to do. But I don't know if we're going to have game day down here in a while.
Yeah. I don't know if you get any money in Columbia, dude.
Yeah.
I'd say them people are tight.
Yeah, everybody up in Virginia Tech's got the moolah.
I don't know about that.
You and your hokey stone and all that jazz.
See? It is. It's I wish they had all the buildings in hokey stone, but they don't, so
yeah.
The ones that are in brick kind of look bad. Did you get to see the engineering stuff for Matt?
What was that?
Did you get to see the engineering buildings with Matt?
No, we went to one of my brother's buddies' tailgates at like noon, so we didn't really have too much time to go around. But I had a blast. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was a perfect day too. Not too hot.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah. It was neat. Yeah, I ended up wearing shorts and a T-shirt all night, and everybody kept saying, "You're gonna get cold. You're gonna get cold." I didn't get cold at all. I thought it was great.
Yeah, The only time it got cold was like after we left the student section.
Back.
So we weren't like jumping around or anything.
Yeah.
And outside of the stadium, it was pretty windy.
Yeah, the walk back over to the car was pretty rough, but other than that, it wasn't bad at all.
Exactly.
Perfect. So, Hannah coming down this weekend?
Not this weekend, but she's coming down next weekend. We're gonna see a concert here in Columbia.
Cool.
Thomas Rhett or something like that. Some band that she wants to see.
Nah, look out. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. All right. So I got like 10 questions for you.
Yes, sir. We'll do whatever you need to do.
All right. So we'll start off. So the first question I have for you is, what was your entrepreneurial background prior to starting Falcon Pharmacy, including any other business ventures, training, or education in that matter?
Okay. Probably the first thing was I had opened several new pharmacies that belonged to other people. For example, I opened 2 Kroger's pharmacies. I opened a CVS, and I moved RX Service, so I wouldn't count that, though, probably. But I did open 2 new Kroger stores and 1 new CVS store. So I kind of had a background there. And then I helped Rick and Wise to run his business for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we opened up his new store in Norton, and I did that for about a year. And then we sold that to CVS. And then I opened up Glade Pharmacy with Jeff Taylor and Seth Jennings.
Okay.
So I did have a little bit of background on that.
So how did you get into opening pharmacies for CVS and Kroger?
Kroger's was kind of a luck of a draw thing. The very first time I did it, I was fresh out of school. They were looking for a pharmacist, and I went in for an interview, and they hired me that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed there 2 years, and they decided they wanted to add another store in Bristol. So they called me and asked me if I would open the store in Bristol, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much totally me. I didn't have to worry about writing checks or anything like that, but I had to do every other part of it.
Yeah, so all the administrative,
everything,
laws and everything. So you got a good exposure to the laws and stuff.
All the equipment, the shelving, the computers, the layout of the pharmacy, all of that. The only thing I didn't actually have to do is I didn't have to write the checks. I would just send the invoices to Kroger Corporate, and they took care of everything.
Okay. Very cool. I didn't know that. So after doing all that with CVS, Kroger, Rick, and Glade, what made you decide to go into opening Falcon Pharmacy?
A couple things. Number one, I've always wanted to own my own company, my own pharmacy. Anytime you work for another person or another corporation, you're at their will. So they can fire you, lay you off, change your hours, make you work extra days at their discretion. You have no choice in that. So, after years and years and years of doing that, I just wanted the idea of being my own boss and being able to do things the way I want to do them. That was one thing. And then number two, please don't take this the wrong way, but I've seen now for probably about 10 years before I did this, that pharmacists, particularly kids coming out of school, were going to have a hard time finding jobs because there were so many kids, so many pharmacy schools producing so many pharmacy kids that today there's a glut of pharmacy students coming out of school. They can't find jobs, and if they do find jobs, a lot of times they're not good jobs.
Yeah.
So I could kind of see the writing on the wall with that my pay wasn't going to increase. I was going to be competing against younger people that would be willing to work for less money and less benefits. And let's just be honest, you guys outwork me every day. I can't keep up with you. Mm-hmm. So I kind of saw what was coming down the road, and I thought, well, the best way to protect against that, to ensure my safety of having a job always, is to own my own company. Mm-hmm. That was really the two biggest things. The two biggest reasons I went into it.
So how long did you work in pharmacy prior to opening your own store?
Prior to opening this, okay, so 17 years. 17 years. And I am in my 5th year of this pharmacy.
Mm-hmm. So how did you recognize the opportunity that there was an opening for a new pharmacy in Abingdon? How did you recognize that opportunity?
Basically through living in the community for all these years and having people ask me lots of questions. I had some people that actually recommended that I open my own pharmacy. Did a lot of praying about it. When the location that we're at came available, everything fell into place.
Yeah.
We're the only pharmacy on this side of town, basically on the other side of the interstate. So
anyone between Abingdon and C.
Yeah, you couldn't have found a better spot. It came open. There is competition at this exit, but really there's not much. It's just 2 grocery store chains.
Yeah.
Is all the competition I have. So it just kind of is almost like a blessing, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had done our numbers and stuff, and part of going through the bank process to loan the money is doing a lot of population charts and geography charts as far as the area you're looking to build in, put your pharmacy in, and it just made sense. It's just almost a gift from God is the best way to put it.
Yeah, that location is about as good as it gets because you're on the only road into Abingdon, unless you're going out Watauga or something.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect.
Awesome. So, did you have any role models that kind of led you towards being an entrepreneur, or did you just get that experience through work and then move into it?
So I definitely had role models. Rick Mullins at Cavalier Pharmacy was a tremendous role model for me.
Mm-hmm.
That helped a lot. And there were other people that helped along the way. Mr. Altizer, who is my next-door neighbor on the grocery stores many years ago. My great-grandfather owned a general store in Alvarado years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it was a lot. A lot of it had to do with Rick. It really did. It really did. Now, I knew other people. I knew Wayne Carter, and he was always supportive.
Mm-hmm. How long did you work with Rick?
I worked with Rick for 4 years.
Okay.
4 years.
Very cool. Awesome. So did you do most of the business setup yourself, or did you pull in a lot of help from other people, or did you just get a little help from other people? How did that go?
I pretty much did it all on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much did it all on my own. From all the business plan to everything, all the financials, to all of the contracts with the drug wholesalers and the computer systems, the security systems, all of that. Even VDOT got involved. The town of Abingdon got involved because I'm in the town limits. Mm-hmm. I did every bit of that.
So, did you feel comfortable doing that because of your experience opening all those other pharmacies for CVS, Kroger, and Rick?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, had I not had that experience from those other places, mm-hmm. where you're kind of forced to go out and meet with VDOT and to meet with your computer system and even liability insurance, I can remember driving to Christiansburg to meet with one of those guys. If I hadn't been forced to do that by the corporations I was working for, mm-hmm. probably never would have done that on my own. But once you've done it and you get the sense of how it works and how it's not easy, but it just requires some time and effort.
Yeah,
I had no problem at all doing those things.
Very
cool. The biggest problem was trying to stay patient through the whole process.
Yeah, I'm sure. So how long did it take from, I guess, seeing the availability of that property and knowing that the opportunity was there until you opened?
From the time I found the property to the time I opened was probably about 12 months.
Okay.
And that's very quick. It usually doesn't happen that quick.
Yeah.
But my contractors were very motivated and very fast. They literally, from the day they broke ground to the day we opened the door, was less than 3 months. It was probably about 70 days. I mean, they worked fast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were fantastic. Fantastic.
So on a daily basis, including accountants and lawyers and all that stuff, how many people would you say are completely necessary to keep at the management and financial level? How many people do you have working to keep the business running smoothly from day to day?
Smoothly. On a day-to-day basis, there are usually 6 of us here inside the pharmacy working. And then outside the pharmacy, I do have an accountant that splits time between me and other businesses. And I have a financial manager who splits time between me and other people. And then I would actually probably include my banking lady with BB&T Bank. She spends a lot of time on me because I'm trouble. So she helps me out a lot.
Yeah. Is she the one you've dealt with since applying for the loan and all that stuff?
Applying for the loan, actually finding the contractors to build the building.
Wow, that's
all of my loans and lines of credit that have come down. From the very beginning. I mean, it's just, she's so important to us. You've got to have someone that you can trust and someone that
did you know her prior? Did you know her prior to doing all this, or
I did not. No, I did not. It is very hard as a young person who's never owned a business before, and I didn't have a lot of savings. I mean, we literally had maybe $35,000 of savings is all we had.
Yeah.
And whenever you walk into a bank, most of them are only going to give you about 5 minutes, and then they're going to whisk you out the door, because they don't want to. They don't believe. Miss Audrey actually took the time to listen to us, and she gave us some ideas going through the federal government for some business loans and things like that.
So did you end up doing an SBA?
Yes, we did. Yeah. Tremendous amount of paperwork. You've got to have a lot of patience because it's going to take 3 to 6 months at least, but it is well worth it. You get a lot of perks as far as interest rates, and they will give you a chance is the biggest thing. They will give you the opportunity to, as a young entrepreneur, to do your own business. So yeah, I definitely would recommend that.
That's good to know. So would you say that now that you have been operating for 5 years, do you spend more or less time than whenever it started or right before it started?
I probably spend a little bit less time. I'm not here. I don't work every day. I get 1 or 2 days off a week. And when I'm here, it's busy. But at least I do get a couple of days off now.
Yeah.
So I would say less time.
And given an opportunity to go back, would you do it again?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I would. Yeah, I probably would have done some things different, but, that's okay.
What would you say you would do differently?
What would I do different? I'm not sure that I would have bought the land and built the building.
Yeah.
I would have looked much harder into renting or leasing a spot. And then eventually, probably by this point, when I knew that things were going to work out, then I would have, maybe I would have moved into my own building.
Yeah.
But it's a tremendous amount of debt to take on.
Buying the
land and the building. Yeah, it's like $450,000 just for the land and the building itself. You could have cut all of that out just by leasing a spot. Yeah. You still have to have the shelving. You still have to have the equipment. You still have to have the security system and all of that. But that would be significantly less. It's almost $500,000 less that we would have started out in debt. So the pressure would not have been as great to be successful.
Yeah. Let's see. And so, what advice would you give to an aspiring entrepreneur?
Well, I would say that he needs to work with Wayne Epperson about going to Kingsport. I did hear, in fact, just in the past couple of days, that Brooks Pharmacy in Kingsport, apparently it's an older pharmacy that's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
They have moved down, my understanding is, closer to Holston Valley, to the Holston Valley Medical Center on the Roan Street. I don't know that you need to know that, but I want to tell you that.
Yeah, it's good to know for sure.
Well, you can't do anything right now.
Yeah.
Your time will come. But no, I would. I would want to have every detail in place in as much depth as I possibly could before I get the process started as far as the financials and any of those things. I work out everything you can possibly work out ahead of time, and make sure that for a minimum of 6 months, preferably 12 months, that you do not have to worry about bringing home a paycheck ever during that time.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen. I will tell you right now, drug wholesalers are a terror to deal with. Those people are going to be some of the sweetest people and the most helpful people, but when it comes to money, they are going to get their money one way or the other, even if it means them taking over and owning your store. So, line everything up, get all the details in as much depth as you possibly can, have all your financials in order, and be prepared to work, because it is literally probably when you first start 70 hours a week, maybe 80 hours a week, and that doesn't get any better for a good 6 months if you're very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of work. So if you have small children, you're not going to get to see them very much. If you have something else that you like to do, going to the lake and wakeboarding, not going to get to do it, dude, unless you do it in the middle of the night. It's just not going to happen. It's tough. It's tough. But you can do it. I know you can. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Just from the boy to family, man. You enough prescriptions there to last. So.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you doing this with me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man. Anytime.
And
I can do.
Yeah, no problem. So talking about Matthew.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I told you this, but Matthew has been invited to be a keynote speaker at some aerospace, not NASA, but a different aerospace organization.
Oh, a different one now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like maybe like NIA, something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's the national organization. Yeah. NAIA.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he got invited to their conference in January to do a talk about whatever it is that he's been doing over the past 2 years.
Does he have any classes in Randolph Hall?
Honestly, I have to ask him, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Olivia has, there's always a gang you guys hang around with, and there's like 20 of them, but one of the boys that's in Olivia's gang is wants to be an aerospace engineer. He's a freshman engineer, and he wants to go into aerospace. He has his pilot's license and stuff. I may try to introduce him to Matt.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Let Matt talk to him. Great kid. Matt wouldn't. They're actually a lot alike, to be honest with you. They're big nerds. But those two could probably get along pretty well, I think.
Yeah, no, I definitely. If you want, I can give you Matt's number.
Yeah, what is Matt's cell phone number?
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I am ready.
It is 276.
Yeah.
274.
Okay.
2028.
2028. That is perfect. Okay, on Monday, October the 16th, the concert is Chris Young.
Nice. Chris Young, he's a pretty big person.
Yeah, that's Sarah's saying he's really, really good. I've never heard of him. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's just one of those new country artists that they have now.
ZZ Top is on Wednesday, and Toby Mac is on Friday, and Brothers Osborne. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's another one of those new pharmacy or new country artists.
That's next Wednesday, the 11th. And then Sabrina Carpenter is on Sunday, the 22nd. And they're going to have camels there, dude. That's all you.
They have camels?
They're going to have camels, so don't get hammered and try to go to the thing and get yourself in trouble with the camels. So well, that would be really bad. Hey, did you hear what Avery did to Owen the other day?
What did Avery do to Owen?
Busted out his front tooth with a football.
Oh, was he mad at him?
Oh, yeah, but he wouldn't dare mess with him because, Avery will tear him up.
Yeah.
Amanda said he had blood all over his face and his hands and arms and all up in his glasses were covered in blood. And they never did find the tooth. He tore him up, man.
Oh, man, that's so funny.
He tore him up. Hey, Walkie scored twice last week against Lee County.
Yeah, you tell me that. That's awesome. So
he did great. And then we played Wise Friday night, and that got so out of hand. They put Eli in, Pootie Tang in.
Mm-hmm.
Pootie ran to the 5-yard line and stopped. Oh, man, I was screaming.
Why'd he stop?
I don't know. I asked him, and he won't tell me. He, stopped and turned his shoulders, and, of course, they tackled him. So then Coach Reed says, well, we're going to score. So he put the starters back in. They back all the way up to the 30-yard line. It's crazy. So then the next series, they put Walker in, and Walker runs right up the middle 2 straight times for 11 or 12 yards in the first down.
Yeah.
So he was excited, man.
That's awesome, dude. Tell him I said congratulations.
Absolutely.
That's really impressive.
Absolutely. They're going to be good. It's going to take a while.
He's just a sophomore this year, freshman, right?
Yeah, he's just a freshman. Yeah, they're just 14 years old. Martin, I don't know if you remember Martin Lucas, Walker's black buddy.
Yeah, I remember you talking about him.
Oh, man. Martin, he's broke his hand right now, so he can't play football, but he can dunk a basketball like a beast. Yeah. I mean, it'd be like one of the South Carolina boys dunking a basketball.
Is he tall?
He's about 6'1", 6'2", weighs about 180.
As a freshman?
Yeah, he's a year younger than him. He's only 13. He started school early.
What in the world?
He is unreal.
That's insane.
He's unreal. He's still a little timid on the football field. He doesn't feel like he belongs there. Yeah. Even though when he walks out on the field, all the kids from the other team start looking at him and going, oh, my God, who's that kid? Who is that? And they have no idea he's 13 years old. Yeah. They're just expecting to get a butt whipping in a second. Yeah. Martin's just kind of lost. He's feeling his way through it right now.
Well, he's only 13. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. See?
So,
you give him a couple more years, man. That's a college scholarship, I think.
Heck yeah. Dude, if he's 6'1", 180 at 13, you better believe he probably should do something.
And, I mean, he can massive dunk it in basketball. He's better at basketball than he is football.
Hopefully he comes down to South Carolina and plays a little bit of basketball.
Hey, you never know. And we know he won't be playing football. Hey, they won last week.
Who did?
South Carolina. They're doing better.
We didn't win last week. We got beat by Texas A&M.
No, the week before.
Oh, yeah. We beat
somebody. Now, do they play Tennessee this weekend?
No, we play Arkansas this weekend.
Oh, that could be a good one, too. All I care is you beat Tennessee. That's all I care about.
Oh, man, that's all I want. I was so mad when we lost to Kentucky, though. That was, just the biggest downer of the season.
I don't understand how that happens,
Yeah.
They had all the momentum, and then the kid from Kentucky broke that long run at the end.
Yeah.
It was like third down or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man, one stop right there, and we'd have got the ball back. I think we would have scored.
I know. See, that's how I felt. That's how I felt about the Virginia Tech game. Is if Clemson wouldn't have busted that wheel route wide.
Oh my Lord, yeah, he was wide open.
There wasn't anybody within 30 yards of him.
Yeah,
when he
was totally wide open. We've got to get some better athletes, man.
I think that was the turning point.
Oh yeah. The 10-point lead in that game is like a 28-point lead in any other football game. There's no way we're going to be able to get back into that.
Exactly. But, I mean, prior to that, y'all were holding your own.
You know, we played well in the second half. They only had like 60-some yards offense in the second half, but the damage is already done. So
yeah, exactly.
So maybe we'll get to play them again at the end of the year.
So, Kevin, you were talking about that pharmacy moving around in Kingsport, because I actually have been looking into this thing with Wayne at the. I don't know if you remember the address, but it was like 733 Westone Drive.
Right. Yeah.
And so, do you know where that pharmacy moved to? Because I just did a search looking for Brooks Pharmacy, and I didn't see.
That's actually Markham's Pharmacy comes up. I thought he told me the name of it was Brooks. Kingsport, Tennessee Pharmacies. It's not Markham's, is it? Markham's used to sit back Barry's. It's Barry's Pharmacy. I lied to you. It is on West Center Street. But he's moved out to the main street now and built a new building. Apparently, he's a really old guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's. So the thing is, though, is at that 733 Westone Drive.
Yeah.
It's still, there's really not all that much that is like pharmacy-wise that's near there.
Right. Well, see, just being at the hospital and the urgent care and stuff. This guy, I'm looking at it now, he was in a very nasty strip mall. There's an Asian market beside of him. I see that. But now, I don't know where he's at now. He's somewhere on the main road is what I was told. Yeah. He doesn't have a website. But my understanding, too, is this guy's really, really old. I mean, like in his 70s. Oh, wow. So he's wanting to get rid of it. That might be something where you can go ahead. Yeah, because I actually, prior to, like, Wayne offering that, I was thinking that what I would want to do is just buy one. Right. Because, it's a built-in business. You know exactly what you're getting. You know how many prescriptions you're going to get every month, and from that, we should be able to calculate approximately how much revenue you're going to have every month for cash flow. Exactly. That would make life probably 50% easier when you go through the financials and things like that with the bank. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot less unknown. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know what you're getting. You know, Patrick Deal hit the right thing when he bought Bunny's Northside in Bristol. Yeah. Oldest pharmacy in the state of Tennessee, I believe. Everyone, if you've lived in Bristol for any amount of time, you know where Bunnings is at and what they're about. You know just about every technician that works there. Yeah. So he hit the gold mine. Now, I'm sure he's paying a hefty price for it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you usually can't buy a decent pharmacy for less than $1 million. Yeah. A lot of times the way they'll do it is they'll split it up either over 5 or 10 years. So you pay me $10,000 every month for the next 5 years or something like that. So you remember that bank that I went to a while back over the summer? There's like a bank that does like pharmacy lending. They do 10-year loans. Yeah. Yeah. But that's one of the cool things that I learned while I was there is how to like value a pharmacy, how much a pharmacy is actually worth. And see, there's different ways to do that, but knowing the 2 or 3 ways that bank looks at it, that is vital, man. That is very important to me. Yeah, it just helps you not getting ripped off. Yeah. The way they did it was they would just take the EBITDA, so like estimated income before taxes, depreciation, and amortization, and multiply it by 3, and that was their purchase price. Yeah, and that's certainly a good way to do it too. That'll give you a good ballpark. Mm-hmm. Good ballpark. Was that Oak? It's like Oak Live Bank? Live Oak Bank was the name of it. Yeah, they do a lot of pharmacy stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're the second largest SBA lender next to Wells Fargo. So it was a really good experience. I think Rick went through them one time also. Really? So that if you get to that point, that might be another good resource to see what Rick thinks about it. Yeah, no, I would definitely like to talk to Rick. But awesome. All right, my brother, I'm going to get off of here and get back to checking some. Y'all have a great weekend. Tell everybody I said hi. Yeah, I really appreciate you talking with me, man. Thank you so much. Anytime, my brother. Y'all be good.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, see you then. All right, bye.
Bye.